Bess has been coming to Successful Thinkers for months now. I have no idea how long. It's been a long time. And we were really fortunate to have her. One time, I think I had, as opposed to just focusing on 2 of the 9 steps, we had a program where we assigned a step to a person, and they came up and talked about that one step that instead of a speaker. Bonnie, I think, was one of those people. And she came up here, she spoke so eloquently, I said, we got to get her to speak up here. It turns out she's been a speaker for the National Association of Speakers. She was a teacher for a long time, so she spoke to people much more childish than you guys, and probably even less attention spans than you guys. So now she does a lot of things, I believe, and I know that one of her business cards says something about San Leandro Boys and Girls Club. And so we're really happy to have Bonnie. She's a wonderful speaker, a wonderful part of our group. Bonnie Best.
All right. Well, it's so wonderful to see people I know, to have a friendly audience, friendly faces in the audience. Thank you very much for being here. And Michael, thank you very much for that great. I want you to know, I came up with the topic. Michael is the one that came up with it being a holiday recipe. That was really wonderful. And it's wonderful today that actually the step is know your why. Because it's one of the things I want to talk about. Why? Why are we in business? Why do we do what we do in life? And so the topic is how to use your talents and your passion to achieve what I call real success. Real, capital R-E-A-L. So think about it for a minute. Success. What does success mean to you? And I would make a guess that what it means to me is different than what it might mean to Josh or Ken or Mary Ann. Josh is my friend from a long time ago, Michael. Each one of you probably has your own definition. Now, I will tell you that there have been times in my life when I have compared myself to other people. You done that?
Oh, no.
No. Yeah. We compare and we think, oh, well, that person is successful because they are driving a Mercedes, or they have $1 million in the bank, or they have this wonderful home, they have this wonderful family life, whatever. And yet, Michael mentioned I was a National Speakers Association. One of my friends in NSA one time told me, she said, comparison is the root of all misery. Because when we compare ourselves to other people, is that really the kind of success that gives us that sense of satisfaction, that sense of fulfillment? What's it going to take to have the kind of success where you can look in the mirror and say, wow, thank you, I did it. I'm doing exactly what I came here to do. I believe we all came here for a reason. We're all here at this particular moment in time. We're here in this room. We're here together as a group. We all have a reason for being here and something that we are meant to do. How many of you know the name Nightingale, Earl Nightingale? He started the very famous company Nightingale Conant. When I heard his definition of success, I really loved it. Now I'm going to paraphrase. I don't know exactly the words he said, but I'm sure I've got them, the essence. He said success is the progressive realization of a meaningful goal. The progressive realization of a meaningful goal. Now there are a couple parts to that definition. Notice he talks about progress. It's the progress of achieving a meaningful goal. Now does that mean I'm achieving something that's meaningful to you, or to you, or to you? No. I'm achieving something that is meaningful to me. You're achieving something that's meaningful to you. We each have to bring meaning to what it is we do. That brings us back to that first step, right? Why? Why do we do what we do in business? We are all unique. We all have our own special gifts, our own special talents. Isn't that wonderful? I love the variety. The variety in life is just amazing. What's it called? Spice of life. Variety makes it really fun to be alive. Have you ever considered yourself, what are your talents? What is your gift? What is your unique gift that you're here to bring at this particular moment in time? And can you look in the mirror and say to yourself, thank you, yes, you are using your talent, you are here sharing your gift, doing what you came here to do. I hope you're saying yes to that, because that's what makes it worth getting up in the morning, isn't it? And when you go to bed at night, it makes it possible for you to go to sleep feeling good about yourself. Now, do we all know that when we're young? I wish we did, right? It'd be nice if, I'm actually working with some high school students right now, and it would be so nice if they really did understand. And yet, it takes experience, right? If you ever look back in your life and said, well, we're on this journey, and have you experienced as you're going through life and there's a fork in the road and you've got a choice to make. And you might make a choice and go that way and then say, I don't think so. Wasn't the right choice. So you shift back and you go a different choice, different direction. Has it been a growth process, perhaps a learning, exploration, keep deciding have I made the right choice, am I going the right way? How do we know whether we're going the right way or not? My first business I started in 1987, 88. I worked for the phone company, Pacific Bell. Took retirement in 1987, end of 1987. So I started my business in 1988. At that time, I knew what I really wanted to do, and I made a few choices along the way, and I met a consultant, I met a coach, and she gave me a really excellent exercise. I haven't seen it since, someone asked me, what's the name of this person? I'm going to acknowledge, I don't remember the name of the person. It was a long time ago. But here's the exercise. And I suggest someone might want to take a note. You might want to do this for yourself. It's called a life map. And the life map, what we did, and we start by saying, okay, think back times in your life. And there's usually more than one, but think back, and right now, think about one time in your life when you had that sense that you were on track, that you were doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing, and you felt it. You just felt, some people call it like in the zone. You ever been in that zone where you just know you're doing exactly the right thing? We would write it out. What was that experience? What were we doing? How did it feel? And then we'd remember another experience and write it out. And then another experience. So as many as you can. Think about those times in your life when you felt on track. That's the first part. Next part of the life map is you think about times in your life where you were pulled off track, like you've been derailed. Everybody had at least one experience like that? Maybe several, all right? So you write down each of those experiences when you felt like you had been derailed, pulled off track, and then you ask the question, when I had that experience, I was derailed, I was pulled off track, what choices had I made? What was I thinking? What was I choosing just before that happened? Just before that experience?
I wasn't thinking.
That's good. I wasn't thinking at all. Or I was in fear, because that's another part of the life map. And what for me was very valuable, when you review this,